I want to see how you handle that. Okay, so I'm watching your hands.
So you see how it kind of jerks me a little bit, but that's because I'm letting him slam into it.
So would you do it? So when he pulls, you're going forward a little bit, but you're holding.
Hit a little bit.
He's just holding steady.
Okay, so that's just what I call a root stretch. So I'm still keeping the pressure, and like I said, you got to be careful at certain stages in there because he wants to. He thinks he can actually get away with that, and then he goes, oh gosh, now I'm really in trouble. Just wait. So, a lot of times I just ignore that back up. You just don't want to confuse the situation.
And when you do that for me, I get a little, because I don't know what he's going to do,
well,
so I get a little
and what people do is they panic. I just don't pull harder and make it accelerate the problem.
Okay.
I just kind of go, okay, you're going to back up. I'm not really going to squeeze him to go forward because there's already enough going on here, right? So what I want to do is just, like I'm careful because, yeah, he is being pretty rude here, and I'm letting him kind of run into me.
I'm watching you.
But on the other hand, I'm really trying to get this guy to relax here. So, put up with a little bit. I'm just creating a little bit of pressure here. I'm starting to squeeze with my legs just a little bit. There you go. I kind of really feel like if you can't get it right here, because the backing up and everything is just the nervousness, like, yeah. And I just don't fight a lot of things. I just kind of, some things just don't matter to me. He's not backing dangerously. So if he was backing dangerously, like he's going to slam into something and fall down, I might take that a little more serious. But he's trying to figure out what I want, so he's feeling this pressure and he's going, oh, maybe I'm supposed to back up.
Oh, honey, I'm in your way.
That's how you back up a pulling.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Seriously.
There's no other way to
Thank
do
you.
it. Good. Going to keep doing the same thing. I'm just going to now moving forward, and then I'll squeeze that pressure. He starts coming here. Squeeze that pressure. And as I feel him start to want to take a stretch, I start to let go. Then you start to follow the walk. All I'm really trying to do is just calm the situation. He wants to get a little neurotic, and I just want to calm the situation. Not something, stupid and stupid is not good. I want to always have that feeling that I can put him here. So I'm going to keep that pressure, and then wait for him to take that stretch. Good boy.
When you say pressure, are you using the
Both reins and a little bit of squeeze.
Okay.
Nope.
And you're just pushing them in.
Just my calves, just pushing my there. I'm just looking for him to, I just really trying to just trigger that effect. Okay? And once I feel like I'm starting to trigger that effect, now I know I have the tool. You can stand here in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay? So now I know I've got this thing that he understands between him and I. Never let him get explosive like he wants to charge out like that. Just bring him back. Say, no. We can do it like that. Right away, I just put that pressure on. Pressure right here. We're not going to do that. Not going to do that. Not going to do that. Just going to wait here. I bring his shoulders back where he's pulling so hard. I'm starting to pull again, he's starting to stretch there. So kind of like here, now I'm going to create some pressure, wait for him to start a little more stretch. You open it. Then when I start letting go, I don't want him to take off like a choo-choo train there, I want him to hold the rhythm. Really quick to be here. reset the rhythm, and then start to let go. You know, he wants to be a little silly. He wants to get himself a little worked up. What I really don't like to confuse my horses with is if I don't want to feel like if I let go, that means that's a cue for them to take off. But it's not. When I start to let go, I wanted to maintain that same rhythm. I'm just going to play his mouth a little bit because he's starting to take that stretch good, but then he's going to want to pull on me. So I just start to manipulate the rein a little bit here. And just go straight here.
You're not really half halting too hard here.
No, just enough to bring
There,
him.
you just held a little bit.
And it gets lighter and lighter because he starts to understand it more and more. So, you know, like when I cluck, it sort of gets in position here. So I'm just going to make him come back, get some. Just keep waiting for him. And then I'm just going to cluck. Because, you know, horses like this, the last thing you want to do is start to get real fractious on them. Like you don't want to start lightening the age, lightening what you're asking for, because you're afraid it's going to trigger that response.
Stay consistent.
You got to trigger that response and then deal with it so you can ride him regular. That, when I cluck, it just needs to step up. It doesn't mean to come up and drop your back. I'm just waiting on here. Just waiting. Waiting. Waiting.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Oh my gosh.
I use my confidence and start doing that.
Yeah, and it's just, you got to start to trust it because he's not going to do anything.
Right.
Okay. But you've got to be so patient. And I just get that pressure. Because it's always going to be slightly different when you get on. Then I start to let him reach and take that contact, and then he wants to speed up. So then I've got a half halt, bring that his balance point back. And I start to kind of root out, so just going to soft him as I play it. Is that right? What I'm trying to do is just teach him that when I start letting go of you, it just means to stretch. Don't take off on me. Yeah, go ahead. What?
To the right, I used to have to do really hard half halts to get him to bend a little bit to the right.
You don't have to ride.
But you know, even like when he's getting stiff in his neck, kind of freight training forward, it's really hard to get a horse to supple.
Yes.
So once I feel like I'm getting relaxed, and you start to kind of listen to that, then I can bend him. Once I got him relaxed, then I can bend him, swing his shoulder out, inside leg, soften. But, you know, he's not freight training into me, so I can now work that bend. Push your shoulder out. And kind of how I do that is I bend him to the right, open this rein up to give him a place to go, and then push the right. Soften, get a little stiff. that a trick? I start letting him go down, and he starts to get kind of bumpy into me. Through pressure, let him go down. I'm just kind of playing his mouth a little bit right here. Just saying, don't do that. Don't do that.
About 10 minutes, Mark.
See? Oh, he's starting to be a gentleman. I don't really feel, it's his right shoulder. Going to the
This side, I usually outside, like you push that shoulder back in.
it's all the right shoulder.
Okay.
And you know, like, you gotta remember about 90% of the horses you ride have that right shoulder issue. They want to run with the right shoulder out, the left hip in. That's why in dressage they always say going to the left, you ride a shoulder forward position. It's because most horses run that way. Kind of like the world in the left hand and right hand. The ones that do it the opposite way, which are very foreign to the so you know, you're always close this way. Excuse me. And trying that shoulder back up. See, I'm doing it the same way I was going to the left. You know, I open the rein and moving out. Well, here, I'm the same thing. I open the rein still to the left, bringing that shoulder here, pushing that shoulder over his right leg. So it's no different. You know, you have a right shoulder issue, whether you're going right or left. See, now I'm starting to really butt when he just staying there. Still wanting to slow down just a little bit. Barely. Basically, right now, all I'm doing is just manipulating the rein. No, it's just him.
I got a canter.
Learning to trust. You know, that's the only reason he checked out on me every once in a while.
And he's a very
Doesn't quite get
straight
me.
up out of the withers type of attitude. And he's for sale, he's like a total upper level. Like you should go upper level, you gotta get his X-rays are like spotless. He's coming off the track. He's super, just moves like a waterfoot. Did you hear it? No, I should have. Like I thought of it after I got up there. I was like, man, I didn't.
Okay, sure.
Like,
See, he was seeking that.
Riding.
He took that on his own.
But,
Same thing again, that right shoulder, open the door, push him on the right, push him on the right leg.
You stink like a dog.
Yeah, he does.
You stink like a dog.
Personally, if you can't do this, I wouldn't do anything else. So, I opt to not canter him today. And I tell you, because I wasn't real happy with it on the long lines.
Yeah.
So I would go probably 3 or 4 more days doing that, and then bring out here and try to emulate that here. What I really want to do is kind of set him up for you know, passing grade. Like don't set him up for failure. I think something, because we're running out of time. So I don't want to get out here and go, well, let's try to see what happens. Because it might go good. Yeah, I don't want to end that way. I like what I got here, you know. I like the way he's feeling. I kind of picked up the reins and let him bump into that. You know, it's just typical, right? You try to be nice to him.
All the time.
Yeah, and then he goes like that. So that's when I gathered up the rein again and said, okay.
Yeah, you can't be, I try to reward him by giving him the rein and he yanks it away.
Yeah, so now I can start giving it to him, but I'm going to be prepared.
You gotta keep your fingers.
Yeah, I keep my preparation there. But you know, that's true. Like, if you can't get him to come here, walk, trot, canter, change direction, leg yield, keep him soft and up over his back like this, I go back right to this wall. Or even the hawk like I started. When I first started, what did he do? When I got on him, he was like, whoa, here we go. And I didn't try to pull his head down. I didn't even buy into it. I just said, you know what, right now you're giving me a great opportunity to create some pressure and get this cleared up between us. Pressure him right now. Both reins, I kind of have to widen because I had a long rein. I had to widen my hands to take the slack out. There he goes. I just manipulated his mouth a little bit, just kind of played with him right here and said, come on, don't do that, don't do that. And when I manipulate the mouth like that, I break it up. That's the only time I really go out and really get the horse. But if you start going to that, let's start going like this. Sometimes I'll go left, right, left, left, stay off. Thank you very much, good. Good. Because if you don't, they'll start to just wag. They'll start to follow the pull. You got to break that up just a little bit. But it's just, I can feel it in his whole body that he's more relaxed. And that's pretty good, because I've never been on him before, right? So he's going to go, like, sure, he's going to get defensive when some new guy gets on him. I really always want to be able to end this way, just stretching. I can feel his back. It feels nice and relaxed. And, I'm being able to address just little things, that little rooting out. That's just a rude behavior, and that does need to be addressed. Just, to get a horse to FEI or to the high level of training and stuff, they've got to become soldiers. And they've really got to adhere to the work and submit to it. Right? So when they're kind of being rude, doing that kind of stuff, I would just say that's going to be a hindrance down the road. Because it tells me where his mind is. Like he's kind of still a little defiant. And like, oh, I'll do it. Not 100%. So I'm just going to start dealing with that and say, you can be better than this. So to me, just like if he comes up, if I don't always address that, I'm not going to be clear. It's kind of like when I start here, now that I'm starting to get to know him a little better, I'm not going to be so kind as far as letting too much go. Because I'm going to be prepared for that. Because if I keep being prepared and dealing with it, it'll go away. If he ever thinks 1 second he can get away with that kind of stuff, you don't have to deal with that harsh man. But you'll have to deal with it. And, and I would say, it's the consistency.
Yes.
When they start realizing they can't do it, they just quit doing it. But when they can get away with it every once in a while, they got it out. So you just got to start going, I don't trust you 100%, so I'm not going to go here.
So also I noticed the reins are a lot longer than what I typically ride to. So he has to have that somewhere to go with that long neck too.
Well, you got to, because if you take that reach and that stretch, and then you start to shorten that rein up and bring it back, then you're going to start to have that elongated neck. But if you try to shorten your reins too quick, because I would slowly, after a week or 2 weeks or a month, I don't know, slowly start holding up the reins as long as I still have that. Because, in massage, they'll kill you. But if you don't have that scopy neck and that kind of reaching to the butt, if he's like that, you can have the best massage, lead change, everything, and it's still going to be 5s and 6s, So the whole idea is, because dressage is just about correctness. Straightness, throughness, precise. And so when I start doing that, so yeah, I'm going to ride with a little bit longer rein, because if I shorten it up too quick, he's just going to go back to what he knows. He's going to give us that. I want to keep going. I just slowly pull up after every day or two. I just take a little bit more, see where it goes with it. If I start losing it, I go back and let it get your long again. But just have that feeling that you just don't lose that stretch. You've got to have that, even in that collected FEI frame, that horse is still reaching to that line. So you kind of have to, sometimes you got to go backwards a little bit to go forward again, And if you're not willing to do that, you're gonna lose in this horse business.
Well, already it was such hard riding, so he had no softness anywhere.
Right.
He was never.
And you're going to love this. I mean, you're
Oh
going
yeah,
to love
I
it.
can't wait.
Because now you're going to act like an old bull horse now. He's starting to be soft, nice. And that little weird thing that he does, if he thinks he's the inventor of that, he couldn't be more wrong. They all think, I've got him now, I'll show him. And they all, at some point or another, do it. Even my little reining horses do it. But, I address it from early on in the 2-year-old. Yeah. Well, and it's like, when you're driving a horse in a driving situation like that, they don't care about them stretching. About how well they hit that harness and how pretty they move. He's got that little you know, when I collect him up, he's almost, yeah, I got that little Spanish kind of crop thing going, and, you know, but I'm probably gonna have a great feet off the facade.
Yeah.
But without that throughness, it'll still have that little false look. You know, but, maybe if I test the wall. Oh, no. But you know, it even that to me is light. I don't make that.
He's never tried to cheat, he's never tried to interrupt.
It's not in him. It's not in him. I can feel it. But you know what you're feeling. It does have a sense of. It does have a sense of emptiness when he gets up like this and then he's back, and it does have that feeling like he could get a little airy there. But this horse won't come off his front feet. I'm pretty sure. I put him through a pretty good test here. But you know, he's just like when we're sitting here. I almost don't like it when I see it. I just let him bang in the hand right there. But I don't like it when I get done. I want my horse to stretch those muscles and just work. I don't want him coming up and looking around like this. I really just can't stand that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and everything to me is just about pressure and release and squeezing with my legs. Like, you know, you don't see me trying to ever pull their heads down. Quickest way to get ahead to go up is trying to pull that thing down. So it's just more about just creating some pressure and him learning where to go. You know, and he's going pretty good to that, you know, so it makes him, it just feels, it's not that because it doesn't feel, but it feels good. When you're stretching, you know, when you start getting stretched and stretching those muscles. All right, that's it.